Hi, I'm Varun Haran. I'm Senior Editor with Information Security Media Group. I'm speaking with Sharon Besser, who is the VP of Products at GuardiCore. And we are going to be discussing challenges around hybrid cloud, the security challenges around hybrid cloud, micro-segmentation, and Sharon is going to be sharing some recommendations on how enterprises can achieve micro-segmentation in an effective manner. Hi Sharon, thanks for joining us.
Good morning, welcome to RSA.
Yeah, welcome to you too. So the first question, of course, is this entire concept of hybrid cloud. What are the security issues around it?
So overall the cloud is changing everything that we know about security, and hybrid cloud means that organizations are able to use different types of cloud, on-premises, public, different types of technologies, introduction of containers. It means that everything that we used to do in IT is being changed. The frequency of changes, the need to add more security rules. The environment is very, very dynamic. Auto-scaling, for example, it changes a lot of the old paradigms that we used to do.
Sure. So what are some specific security challenges in the cloud today that organizations have to face?
So there are a couple of very, very unique differences. The first one might be that many times you don't own the infrastructure, so that it's difficult to understand what's going on. The second is the frequent of change, in which different teams within the organizations are doing things more independently and very, very fast. The third thing is that the infrastructure itself is changing. The perimeter is no longer there. It's very, very difficult to put security in place. And if in the old days we were able to put some sort of enclave or a perimeter around it, nowadays it's no longer there, and everything is connected. So that overall I would say that most of the challenges that you had almost 20 years ago trying to connect networks to the internet are now returning on us, but it's much bigger scale and with a much bigger impact. Yeah.
So specifically, the challenge of having visibility within the cloud and also applying security policies consistently in an environment you possibly, like you mentioned, don't own, don't have control over, right? So there is this whole idea of micro-segmentation that's come into the picture. So what can you tell us about micro-segmentation?
Okay, so you've nailed it in the terms of the specific challenges. So forward visibility means different things to different people. Eventually it's about the ability to understand a critical application, where it is running, what is it communicating with, how does it move across the cloud, being able to see it in real time, compare it into previous times in history, and really understand all the different components that it has in order to put an effective and efficient security policy around it. Because AVM doesn't mean anything today, and instant can be here, there, etc. So also the visibility piece should be decoupled from the infrastructure itself and provide the view that includes the application itself, the flows that it generates, and the different interaction with different elements. And then when we talk about micro-segmentation, which is basically the idea of being able to put some sort of an access control list around each individual application, not just a VM, but we talk about application, we talk about the components of application.
Very granular.
Yeah, it's not enough to talk about HTTP, it's not enough to talk about HTTPS. You need to talk about Tomcat that is connecting to Nginx. You need to talk about this specific Java element. If we talk about containers, it's even deeper than that. You've got the notion of a service, you've got the notion of a pod. So granularity becomes very, very small, and at the same time you must control very, very strong. And everything that we've learned about networking in those containerized environments is gone. Not everything, but a lot of it. So there's a lot of differences here. The challenges are much bigger.
Okay. And what are some of the benefits of micro-segmentations, if we can quickly touch upon that before we go. Things like, being able to move the workload while keeping all the policies applied, and
So micro-segmentation by itself means that we are able to put a security policy around a smaller piece of the compute node that we are using. If you are able to attach these micro-segmentation policies to the workload itself, then the policy will go with the workload regardless of where it is. It might be an on-prem and then move to one cloud, and then being separated into some containerized workloads, the policy would go with it. It also means that you can define policy in dev and then apply it at scale in production. Even if the application needs to auto-scale, the security policy still goes with that. And if the solution that you are using is actually capable to go very, very deep into the process level, it means that you can protect the application itself, the processes that make it, without the need to compromise on security, without even the need to compromise on risk.
Excellent. But thank you so much, Sharon, for your insight
Thank you.
today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Man. So that's Sharon Besser, who is the VP of Product at GuardiCore. For ISMG, this is Varun Haran. Thanks for watching.